we will have my new YouTube follower, Kyla, come and join us. Let me put it out on Twitter that we are live. So come and join me live on YouTube and let's talk stocks and how the market is reacting to the new Senate. We're going to look at the SPY, we'll look at GLD, we will look at BABA, we will look at ROKU. Rocked a nice trade on ROKU today. And let's see, what other ones do we have over here on my list? ACB, Tilray, ACB, and what other? Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft was on there too today. Lots of big names moving today to the upside. I also received a notification that Amazon came and hit a level that I was watching. It was at 4 a.m. though, so I was not able to capture that drop. Hello, Bat Scientist. Hello, Asif. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Michael. Yes. So if we see Kyla come in, welcome her with some love today. She is a big skeptic of me. And, I always find that the skeptics tend to be more haters. They cannot believe that other people can have success. So, you know what? I invite her to come. I invite her to ask questions, see that I am real, right? That's only fair. And it's fair for people to question, but it's not fair for people to hate, right? Ain't no time for hating here. I try to spread positivity and helping others, and it just sort of frustrates me when people do that. So anyways, let's get on to the market. I'm just setting everything up on the other computer while I'm chit-chatting away here, and had computer issues today. We had a power reset. Oh, nice. I have my watch list back on the charts. All right, let's go live. Not the best picture on the cover. Let's see here. 2 seconds, guys. Be patient with me, please. All right. So, we are live, and let's pull up the charts. Hello, Nat. Yeah, let's look at AMC. Sure, for sure. All right, let me pull up this over here, and we have the screens up, right? You guys can see it okay? And we will add AMC for sure. There you go, Nat. We will look at it. All right, so looking at the SPY today, well, we broke above here. As soon as we did that, volume came in. Nice big move to the upside. I have to be honest, I missed it. I was teaching a fellow trader today. And why won't this? Oh, maybe I need to hit this. Number lock was not on. There we go. So as soon as it broke above 372.50, actually on my list today I had 370.80, and boom, once it ran up above there, nice move. The market does tend to like confirmation, right? So it ran up today. Awesome job for those that capitalized on that run up. I missed it. I was busy teaching, but we did talk about the potential trades right there. Now, what did I trade today? I actually went back and traded ROKU. It was not on my list, but one that is more on my longer term list. Saw a bull flag setting up, took a small profit when I entered when it broke the 340 mark right here, and rode it up to 343.60, and it pulled back. So I was watching it up here at 344, missed the exit. I was doing something else, got out at 343.60 area, and now it's just sort of hovering around right there. Might end up coming back down to the downside. However, saw the stalling and price action and said, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to take my 1% and call it a day after teaching someone. All right, so on the list today, the top one on the list, first one was Tilray. Got a notification. In fact, Trader Beef messaged me at 5 a.m. Hey, Jane, look, this is up at 11:40. We talked about this. Tilray, he is a fan of the cannabis stocks, and I sent him a message saying, hey, if we can break that $10 mark, watch. In my opinion, this is likely going up to $14.25. I do own some shares longer term on this one. Yeah, awesome. I saw QS Kyle, and I was thinking about you in Cleveland today. Saw that to the upside. Yeah, and we will do Tesla, and I'll add CBAT as well. So we will add QS, CBAT. Oh, I forgot the comma. CBAT. And we already have Tesla on there, so we don't need to add that. All right, so Tilray, nice move to the upside. Rio Tinto, nice move, but it's sort of gone sideways. Hasn't done anything much since then. ACB had a little bit of a pullback since open. However, it's interesting. This is not trading the exact same to Tilray. Let's also look at CGC in the cannabis sector. CGC had a nice move after open, broke 30.50. I didn't map this one out. However, broke 30.50, ran up, pulled back down to that support area, and it seems like it has a little bit of a descending triangle. So watch for that to potentially break out. You can see here's the top of that, and I would put the support level right here. So we've got a bit of a descending triangle. Would watch for that to break out to the upside if you guys like trading CGC. Let's look at Tesla since it's right here. So Tesla, totally off. Still have holdings in Tesla. However, I got out over here, kicking myself a little bit that this could, I was anticipating a pullback down here. Nope, running to the upside. Yeah, for sure, we'll check out Ethereum as well, or the Ethereum Trust. No problem. And we will add Workhorse and, Workhorse and IDX. IDEX, I should say, correction. All right, right there. So Tesla, awesome trade if you're in this one, Kyle, very nice job. I think this could honestly go up to 1,000. I got out early, but I'm not going to chase it up. I will wait for it to come back down and then get into it. This is the anchored volume weighted average price. It did come down to it earlier today, or it looks like it did at least. However, no, it could still come back down to 746. And then after that, adding on these dailies down here, I'd put this as my optimal entry would be. I would really love it back down here at 663. But as we keep moving up in that wedge, it's setting new highs. So we're going to do this as well. Hey, this is a new edge to it. If we close below right here, maybe it will come back down to the 754 level. Optimal for me would be down here. All right, let's keep going. Fubo, I've got lunch waiting for me and I am hungry. So we will check all these out pretty much super quick review. Fubo had this as a potential long. It came down, touched the 50 simple moving average and is bouncing up. Why I had it as a potential long, this higher than normal volume at the bottom, potential for this to be a reversal. I would look honestly for this to break above $30 right there with some volume. That $30 break, potential, another move to the upside. Riot as well up today, and Mara. As with Bitcoin, JP Morgan came out and said, hey, we think that Bitcoin is going to 164,000. Are they selling? Or are they really buying every single dip and looking for it to move to the upside so that they don't miss out? What I'd be curious to know is how many shares do they own, as it is a limited supply of Bitcoin coins out there. All right, Apple today had it on my short list as it has rolled over. It did open lower this morning, and it provided a bit of a short trade down to 126.50, so $1 to the downside and a nice move to the upside. Remember that Apple will affect the market. This has been rolling down the hill. It did hit the upward trend line here. This was a megaphone from back over here. We had a megaphone set up. It broke above. Then this trend line flipped to become support. So watch to see if this will break up here. And this one I'm going to get rid of since it broke that downward trend right now. Actually, let's set it up this way, right there. So we're actually testing it a little bit. I had it a bit steeper, I think, and now it's looking to be testing it right at the moment. So keeping that on watch. PLTR. I know Hamish, I think, likes PLTR. So I don't think he's here just yet. If he's here, say hello, Hamish. This one looks as if it might be curling at the bottom, a bit of support over here that we were testing. So I'd pull this down and say, hey, do you guys see this? Support, support, 1, 2, 3, 4 days that it used 23 as support. Really would look for that breakout above 24.60 in my opinion for this to continue to the upside. Microsoft and Apple, big leaders in the SPY and the Qs. What a nice downward trade here. It was testing this earlier pre-market and it closed up above right at the moment. Will we close above this trend line or not? If we close below this over here, this is a pretty big triangle, right? Equilateral triangle. I'd measure roughly from right here in the middle, $23. If we break down below, maybe we're heading back down to 180. 200, maybe down to 180. 185 right here. Yeah, back down here, 186. If we break this trend line, likely there will be a bit of a correction. There's a gap in Tesla at 410 on the 16th of November, has a potential to never fill now. Well, Mark, you know what? That is always a potential. It could never go back to that. Hello, Lufthansa. It could just be a runaway gap. Those gaps will be strong and a bullish continuation. Now, if in the future it does draw back, that is a gap that is not filled, right? But for now, that could definitely just be a runaway gap. All right, so Microsoft could retrace up here. And when we're looking at Apple as well, we can see Apple on the daily has retraced already to the moving averages right here. And so that could start turning down with the SPY. SPY, we had 376. I readjusted my trend line over here on the 45-minute chart. And if we put this on a 5-minute chart, you see it almost hit this trend line. So it's really interesting. Are we going to break above this trend line? This has been a top on November 9th, November 8th. This is an abnormal spike. And January 4th. So will this be a top again here? Maybe we'll just keep riding this top up. Who knows? The market, the big guys in the market know, right? All of our jobs are to follow the big price action. Something else to pay attention to. Oh my goodness, Jane, it looks like this is going to the moon. I'm so excited. What is happening down here? There's less and less buyers as we are moving up, right? So with less buyers as we're moving up, this could end up stalling. We might have a stall of price action up here. Where's the big move? If we either break out this way now, the next momentum trade, or we break down below roughly 374.80. Right? That's what I would be looking at. Right. What up? Okay, so we were Microsoft, Facebook. Facebook, I was surprised it's curling down so much. This morning, I was really surprised to see it dropping down as much as it did. And now I see, all right, well, it could come down, but the buyers brought it back up. And we have this descending triangle. It broke the support level, right? This was support and resistance. So it broke above today. Is it going to hold up above? We've refilled the gap up here to the moving averages. Will this continue back to the downside and come and test this lower level down here at 251? Potential, right? January and February tend to have mini corrections in the market. So pulling it back 10 points, all right, that's roughly 4%, right? That wouldn't be so abnormal. So keeping that on watch. Actually, it'd be 15 points now, down to 251. I gotta eat, you can tell. Okay, SNY, Sanofi was my other one as a potential short. And look at that. It has actually offered opportunities both directions today. Gotta love when that happens. And no, I do not trade every single one of these stocks every single day. It's so funny, the way people think sometimes. ES is bouncing hard off of the daily 1.61 fib level. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I've got ES over here. It's also hitting a pivot at the moment right now. We have the pivot for ES at 3763.67. So watching that level and that trend line, a lot of things aligning that it might be setting up for potential drop here. All right, who called out AMC? Let's see here. AMC, Michael. All right, Michael. Yeah, AMC had big volume. So big volume this day and little volume here on the reversal, bigger volume today. Will this on the daily, let's look at these on the daily chart, not so much. Will this be able to, is it going to reverse right here with a support of $2? Or is it going to overtake? And this will be sort of a consolidation over the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days. If it breaks out above 225, which was also a former support area that was broken, right? And then once it was broken, we saw higher volume down below, down here. It set a new support level. Nice. Yeah, it's amazing how the Fibonacci's and pivots and everything, when they all align, it's a beautiful thing. So here we also have this resistance, 225. I'm not sure, Michael, if you're looking at this just as a day trade. I know they were talking about bankruptcy potentially being bought out. Let's look at this on a weekly chart, and or not monthly, but weekly. Oh, we can look at it on monthly. I prefer weekly here. And somebody taught me a new trick. If you double click on the price axis, it will reset for you. Pretty cool, right? All right, so descending wedge right there. Another one right here. Oh, look, isn't that cool how I drew that and then all of a sudden that became support? That's pretty awesome when that happens, right? So now we're down at the bottom. In my personal opinion, I like to catch it not as it's going like this, but as it's going like this. And that patience, okay, and that patience will end up paying you. I did that with Tupperware, kicking myself. The problem for me with these trends is that I tend to not be as patient. So I tend to be more short term, Michael, and then I see it later. So the way that I've combated that, like with Tesla, is I will leave my profits on and just let them grow. My profits on Tesla, I got in at 468 and now it's up at 740. It's up, what, almost 50%, almost 70%, I think. So seeing that, I would wait for it personally to be in the upward motion, not the downward motion. Let the chart prove to you that it's really rebounding, right? Right now, it's just barely starting. Would you like to have a confirmation, or do you want to guess and try to guess what the market is going to do with the price action? I would prefer having that confirmation and jumping on that trade, right? That to me tends to be better. Hey, if it doesn't look right, remember, the riskiest time when you get in is when you get into a trade. If it doesn't go your direction, it's nothing personal. Get out, right? It's not you. Hey, think of a bad trade as a partner that has cheated on you or has lied to you, right? Do you want to pour more energy and reward that bad partner? So don't double down on a bad position, right? That's rewarding that bad partner that lied and cheated to you. Get rid of them. There's others out there, right? There's other stocks to trade. Just look for the right setups and potentially trade those setups correctly. When you trade it correctly, the profits come. And don't necessarily look for profits, look for setups and trade the setups, all right? And that's my little bit of wisdom for today. QS, wow, nice job, guys. I hope you guys got in down here. And we are in a gap fill area right now. It might come up to $75 right here, but it did start to curl over. The longer term trend right here, we saw bigger volume. We've taken out that volume and we're up above. The volume is slowing right now. So this might reverse back down, back to test 58.80, or it could simply fill the gap up here. So my opinion, if I was in this, I might take a bit of profit off because it's kind of right in the middle. Thank you, Asif. My pleasure, Michael. So Also, you can see that this was a selling area right here. This might be setting up as a shoulder, head, and maybe another shoulder. I can't tell the future, but remember, risk management wise, you're never going to be upset if you're taking profits, right? So this is coming up to potential resistance. I would personally say, hey, I'm in the middle of this gap. Maybe I'll take off 50% and then I will see and put it back wherever my entry was, stop down there. It could run all the way up. The best thing is when you're not frustrated, you're never going to get 100% of the move, right? It's not possible because we aren't the people controlling the market. We're simply following the bigger volume. And if you're not following the volume in the right direction, get out, right? So as this is moving up, okay, no problem. Great. It's in the middle. I will watch this. I'd watch it on a 5-minute chart to look and see if it starts to roll over. Is it chasing, not chasing, but is it breaking the trend line right here? Is it moving to the downside? What's going on that's going to tell me to get out and take that profit? All right, well, we might have a support right here. Well, here's a classic breakout. It broke it and moved to the upside. Another sideways price action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, if this doesn't continue, if it pulls back, that might be the setup of a corrective wave to the downside. CBAT. All right, nice one on CBAT. Have an old fib level here, apparently. Remove. So let's look CBAT. Have this, right? It bounced off of the trend line, closing up, has a bit of a short squeeze that's happening today. Very nice, and hitting a resistance point of $7. You can see it also here on the chart. Resistance came in, bigger seller volume right at $7, and then it dropped down in a head and shoulder setup. We will tend to have highest volume right here on the left shoulder, and it drops after that. The stop would be the top of the theoretical left shoulder. So if you got in up here, you would use your head. If you get in, obviously, and the shoulder, and you get in on the break of the neckline, then we'd be looking for this sort of pattern. At this point right here would be the potential short. The risk would be if it goes back above over here. If that fails, then it is a continuation to the upside. However, if it drops, you would look for the break down here to the downside. All right. Workhorse. I'll clean up those drawings later because I'm hungry. Nice on Workhorse. I'm sorry I didn't get in on this one. Let's get rid of this trend line. Let's adjust this trend line here. Whoops. My other computer is really loud today, ever since I rebooted it. Put this right here. So this broke down, came up. It's moving to the upside, taking out all the shorts today. Awesome on that one. Yeah, you know what, Bat Scientist? I don't know, but I think the Chinese stocks really yesterday really surged on the news that they were not going to delist the major Chinese stocks from the U.S. exchanges because that was a threat, and all the Chinese stocks really rebounded after that. So Workhorse, here we go. I see a bit of an ascending triangle. Do you guys see this? We had this box of consolidation. We are above that box of consolidation. It's been using this moving average. Bummed I didn't get in, but maybe it'll come back down to 23.50 as a potential entry. Move to the upside. 28 would be that target. If it cannot break above 28, getting out, and then the next target up here. All right. IDEX, and then any other ones that you would like to shout out, put them in now, and then we'll go right through them. Otherwise, I will be heading out for some lunch. I'm hungry. All right, so I see IDX, a little bit of a trend line here. And the more you guys practice drawing trend lines like that, it will be easier to see what's happening. Oh yes, thank you, ETHE. We will cover that. So here it's actually, I need to adjust this one down to the, is it hitting? Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so I like to draw it, this one down here, and let's just make sure. Yeah, it's to the top of the bodies. I don't like the wicks. So, hey, it rejected right here. No big deal. Potentially coming back down to 222. Who called out IDX? Net. So on IDX, I would look for this to hold. If I was long this, I would look for this to hold 205, the 20 simple moving average. It's, as they would say, it's setting up a coil. So it's coiling right now. Which direction? Is it going to coil up or is it going to coil down? Right? Which one are we going to see? At the moment, it's sort of in like the limbo world, not sure which direction it's going to go. So I'd keep it on watch. If I was long, again, I would use this bottom trend line as one. If it closes below, that would be my exit. All right, let's pop on over. What was that one that I did all the drawings on? I'll look at it later. ETHE, Ethereum. It is, well, ETHE, Ethereum is really rocking to the upside. This found support. It has not closed above this candlestick. That would be my indication, hey, I would potentially like this to the long side. It did break the trend. However, we are butting up against the moving averages right here. So it filled the gap up to this one. There's a potential for this to move to the downside. When we look at the Ethereum USD right here, we see that this is really surging. So right now they are in divergence, right? ETHE is dropping and Ethereum is surging. So there's a chance for ETHE to catch up to the crypto itself. So nice eye there, bad scientist on that one. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. If you have not already, hit that like button. Please do so. If you have not already subscribed to the channel to get the notifications when I go live, please subscribe and turn on those notifications. And that way I'll be able to help you just like I enjoy helping everybody else. So have an amazing day. Carpe Profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.